My BHM metallurgical microscope is a trinocular microscope, which means that it's got a camera port on the top, so you can attach a camera independent of the eyepieces. Unfortunately, when I bought it, it didn't come with any sort of mounting for the camera. On the Olympus, you can buy a camera tube which fits over the camera port and allows you to mount usually an Olympus camera on the top. I don't have an Olympus camera, I have a Micro Four Thirds, a Lumix GF1, which I'm filming this with at the moment. So I decided to make a camera tube. Now the originals are aluminium, but I decided to 3D print a tube because I didn't have a piece of aluminium of the right size, and that would have been quite a lengthy job. And I thought 3D printing would probably work. So my first attempt was a tube like this. So the idea is that there's a taper here which matches the taper of the BHM's camera port, so it would fit that way, and then the Micro Four Thirds adapter I've got will fit on top. Unfortunately, I got the diameters wrong. Instead of fitting over it, it's the same diameter as the adapter, so that didn't work. But this gives you an idea of what it was I was making and how I was making it. This is the adapter I've got, which is actually an OM to Micro Four Thirds. So that's Micro Four Thirds, and this is the Olympus OM now. So my camera will mount on here without a lens, and the idea is that this will fit over the camera tube. So after I did that, I did it correctly. And I made this. So there's the taper, and that's got some electrical insulating tape in there just to cushion the taper so I don't damage the paintwork of the microscope at all. It also stops it rocking about if there's a small difference between the taper in here and the taper of the microscope. So that fits that way, and the adapter, take the dust cover off, the adapter actually fits very nicely on the end there, and then the camera fits on top. Obviously I can't show you the camera because I'm filming with it. This works pretty well. You can actually screw that up as well and fix it on quite firmly. I don't tend to do that, I just let the weight of the camera hold it on there so that you've got a bit of adjustment, a bit of rotation there. After I made that, I found out that this material is actually not very opaque to light, which is a bit of a problem. So I've covered the tube in aluminium foil. I used some spray adhesive to stick that on there so it won't fall off. It is actually stuck on there, and that is now totally opaque to light, so there's no problem at all with light coming through the tube. The distance from here to here I worked out by taking the camera and just manually moving it up and down until it was in focus, and I also had no vignetting, so there was no circular image, it was a full rectangular frame, because when I'm doing die shots I actually want the rectangular frame so that I can stitch them together without having any problems of a circular image in the middle of the frame. Yeah, and that works quite well. The magnification of the image that you see on the camera versus the image you see in the eyepieces isn't the same, and that's due to the lifting of the camera higher than where it would be to have the same image, but that's not a problem. I just get a slightly higher magnification on the camera. So that's what I use now to mount the camera, and it's a lot easier than having a tripod and the camera pointing down the trinocular port.